just going to introduce you to my tool, Z80 Mac OS Starter Template. This tool is designed as a quick starter to develop Spectrum programs on Mac OS, the Silicon version. It's more for people that just want to work in their familiar environment. So, for example, if you're used to Windows, then there's lots of tools, and I think it's a lot easier to work on Windows. Me personally, I actually really dislike Windows. I love Mac and Linux, Ubuntu, but for the purpose of this video, this is just for people working on a Silicon Mac book or desktop, and they're struggling to build their assembly code and then run it in a ZX Spectrum emulator. So this repo here, which I'll post the link in the description, basically you download it, you clone the repo, and then you run a script, and then it gets all the dependencies for you, and then you can run another make command, and then that will build and run your first, and it'll build your assembly, and then it will also run it in an emulator. So that's the idea. Let's see if we can get this working. So first of all, the first thing we're going to do is clone the repo. So this is all open source MIT license. So once you've navigated to Z80 DevTools, that's my name. As I said, I'll put the link in the description, so you don't have to go and try and find it. So just copy the URL here, HTTPS. Find a repo. I'm using JetBrains IDEs. I've got a couple. I've got the PyCharm, Golang, and IntelliJ, but I'm going to use C-Line for this. So I've got a directory for my C-Line projects. I'm going to do a git clone, and then what I'm going to do is paste in the HTTPS URL that we just copied, and then I'm going to name the directory. So for example, I want to create platform game. So I'm going to call this platform game. Okay. So that's going to clone it into the platform game. Then I'm going to open up an IDE. Like I said, if you want to use VS Code, you can use anything you want. I'm using my C-Line, so I'm going to open this. I'm going to go to my C-Line projects, and then the platform game with a hyphen. With a hyphen. Okay, open that in my C-Line IDE. I use CMake. If you're using C-Line, you want to check this CMake box, because there is a actual CMake in here, and that's for writing ZX Spectrum games with C, but we'll talk about that another time. Okay, now we've opened it up in our IDE. You can use PyCharm or any of the JetBrains IDEs, but you can use VS Code. You can open it up in anything you want. I just prefer to use JetBrains IDEs. Okay, so now I'm just going to follow the README. So the first thing we have to do is we have to make sure that we've got virtual env installed. So if I open up a terminal here, I would do a brew install and then virtual env. And that's just to create a Python virtual environment, okay? Because the scripts that this is going to run need a Python environment to install the dependencies into, and then run a version of Python. So that will just create that. I've already got it installed. I mean, I can run that. Okay. So moving on. So the first command we're going to create, once that's installed, you will be prompted to input your password. Okay. So we're going to run this now. And it says here, and follow the installation instructions. So this will tell us what to do as well, but you'll also be prompted to enter your password, because we're going to be building some executables, which are the emulator. Just put in your password. If that's your user account password, so you can just whoops, we're in the wrong directory. So we need to cd into platform game, and then we can run make install. Now, if you're in JetBrains, you can just go to the make file if you know what you're doing, and you can just go into here and just click on this, and that will do it for you. But let's just stay in the terminal. So I'm going to do make install. Okay, now this is a Python script that runs and it installs all the bits and pieces that we need. So just let that do its thing. And I'll show you this for any of the curious people. This is running a command in here, and this is the script that will install all the dependencies. If you want to, fiddle around with this or add any new features, you're welcome to. You might want to open up a pull request, but I always say first open up an issue and discuss the pull request with me first before you do any work. Otherwise, you might be wasting your time. And then if we agree, then you can go and do the work. Okay, so you can see here it's asking me for my password. So I'm going to put my password in. That's my Mac user password. And that's just doing its thing. It's downloading one of the tools that we need to compile the code. Yep. And that's going to add all these tools to this app directory here. So you'll see that pop up in your your IDE. You'll see all of the executables here being added. Now there's one thing that you need to do once these are installed, but there's some instructions that will be printed to the screen once all this is finished. So what it's done here is just installed all of the tools that you need. So you don't have to go around searching for them and go through all that headache, because that takes a day. That will take you an evening at least to do all that stuff. So let's follow the instructions. So number one, copy and paste the following to your ZSHRC file. So what we can do here, I'll get a new terminal. I'm just going to use Vim. So I'm going to do Vim. We can use VI. Let's do VI in case you haven't got Vim. So you go ZSHRC, or it could be your bash profile. And you can see here we just copy this. So you literally just copy that, and keep the comment as well. So you can just copy that here. You can see I've done that here. So I can just quit. Wrong terminal. Quit that. So I've done that, and then the second command is open a new Finder window in this project and navigate to apps directory. So if I come down here, I'm going to go to C-line, then my platform game here, and then your apps. Okay, so it said here, click on the ZESARUX DMG, this one here. So we're going to click in this. I'm just going to move that into here. Now you can see I've already installed this, so I don't need to do that. Okay, once all that's working, we are good to go. We're good to go. So now I can just literally come and look at my assembly. So for example, let's go to source and assembly here. Okay. So this is like a starter template just to get you going. It's got to print, get ready. Okay, so you might, be creating a game, and there's a little prompt there for you as the game's starting. So how do you run this? Again, go to the terminal, and then all you do is you just go. You can actually go to the README again, and this is what you want here. So all we need to do is run this command here, make run assembly. So if I go into the make, you can check this in the make file. So come down here, make run assembly, and that it calls this 3 other make commands. So it does a clean, so it cleans all your previous files, it assembles your code, and then it runs it, the snapshot, and it opens an emulator as well. Okay, so let's just do that then. So we go make run assembly, and there you go. And it's so open the emulator for you, and it's run the assembly. And that's just like a good place to start, So you haven't got to faff around on a Silicon Mac trying to find all the emulators and compilers that will work on a Silicon Mac. Some of them might have been updated by now, but when I was looking, when I created this repo, I had a lot of trouble trying lots of different compilers and nothing worked. This works. This will get you there, and you can start writing Z80 straight away without all the faff and fuddle of trying to get all the, get a compatible emulator and a compiler. I hope that helps. Anyway, check out the repo. Please star the repo if you think it's useful. And yeah, keep an eye on this because I'm going to be adding loads of new stuff as I build more games, and obviously I'll be making more tools. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks for watching.